Hey, everybody. Happy Make Your Move Monday. This is Latrice McFadden coming to you live all the way from Durham, North Carolina. Hopefully, you don't hear the background noise, but I am in a public place, so there could be a little bit of background noise today. But I wanted to make sure that I jumped on. Today, I'm going to just be talking a little bit about some things that we can do to prepare for success in real estate in 2026, whether you're buying, selling, or investing. But before I do that, I did want to make an announcement that my listing at 517 Woodlands Drive in Durham, North Carolina. It's a beautiful 3 bedroom, 2 bath in unit townhome that has had a lot of updates on the roof, new gutters, new decks, fresh interior, exterior paint. Even more, it's located in Woodcroft subdivision. I love to use the saying, if you live here, you can tell your visitors when they land, just let you know when they land or when they get the baggage and you'll be able to get there to pick them up. But just convenient to lots of things in addition to the airport. But I have a passion for traveling, so that's the one that always sticks out to me. But convenient to South Point Mall, Duke, UNC, I-40, just lots of, just a great location to live in. So we'll be hosting an open house this Saturday from 12 to 2 at 517 Woodland. So put it on your calendar to come out and join us on Saturday and take a look at this beautiful home that is still listed. So um, let's see. So just to talk a little bit about it, I cannot believe that it's already December 2025 and we are about to go into the new year. But this has been an interesting year. So just three smart moves to prepare for 2026 when it comes to real estate. So the first thing is to review and reflect. It's always you learn from what you've done, what history has done, and be able to grow from that. So take a look back. Think about back at the beginning of 2025. Did you have any real estate goals? How did you do with them? Did you make them happen? Did you let fear keep you from making them happen? Did you know the market and all the things that are going on? Did that help you or hinder you? So take a look back at what happened in 2025. We know that interest rates were up, prices were up, inventory up fairly stable. Not like it was in the past where people were having to make offers on houses sight unseen. As if you were a seller, you didn't see multiple offers just coming in without people coming to see your home. So just take a few minutes to reflect on how 2025 was for you. Did you purchase that home? Are you happy? Do you want to take the next step and now invest in real estate? Do you need to make a change? Because sometimes we make purchases and we get in it and we find that it was not what we expected it to be. So you need to make a change. So if that's something that you want to do, is go ahead and reflect and make that. Start thinking about it and getting the information that you need to figure out what is your next move. So um, you can journal, write down the top three wins or lessons that you had from 2025, and then go from there as far as what would be your next steps to what to do in 2026. The next step, get financially positioned. This is so key. I've done a couple of sessions on when is the right time to buy, when is the right time to sell. And again, I always tell people it's when you're ready. It's not when someone else says you should be ready. It's not when the market says um, you should wait or you should do it at this point. It's when you are ready. So when you're looking at getting yourself financially positioned, you want to, if you're speaking to buyers now, look at where you are, look at where your credit score is, look at how much money you have saved. How long have you been on your job? Are you self-employed or do you have a W-2 job? So look at your overall financial picture and and look at where to see where your goals are. And then I always tell people, also, when is your lease up? Or when do you need to move? Is there a specific thing that you're going to have to move at a certain time? So don't wait until your lease is up or a month before your lease is up and say, oh, I need to start looking for our house, start now. Start planning now. Save as much as you can. Look if there's anything that you need to pay off on your credit. And I like to tell people to go ahead and talk to a lender. Don't just talk to me as your realtor, or don't just, YouTube it and try to look and see, oh, I need to pay this off, I need to do that, or I need to dispute that, because sometimes disputing credit can be to your detriment. So you want to make sure that you are talking with a reputable lender. I like to talk to you first because I want to listen to your whole situation and give you a few options for lenders depending on what might be the best type of financing for you. Are you a veteran? Do you need a VA loan? Are you looking for down payment assistance? Do you have 20% saved up? Are you trying to go to a rural area? There's lots of different criteria that I take into consideration when I'm talking to a client to refer them to the best lender for them. So come, let's have a conversation, figure out where you're trying to go, and then get in touch with a lender. A lot of lenders nowadays can do soft pulls on your credit and just give you some guidance and advice on, okay, this is some things that you need to pay down. This is the amount that you might qualify for. This is the payment, because just because you qualify for a certain amount doesn't mean that you want to buy at that amount, because it may make you house poor, and I never want my clients to be house poor. So um, that is just, if you're thinking about it for 2026 that you might want to purchase a home, go ahead, let's have a conversation. Let me get you in touch with the right lender for you so that you can get your ducks in a row and be ready to purchase, whether that's in January, March, June, even December of next year. So let's schedule the time to talk about that. If you're thinking about selling, this is the time that you go ahead and look at your home, see what needs to be done. Let's have a conversation about, okay, should I make this repair? Should I make this update? What's going to give me the most bang for my buck? Start decluttering. I know a lot of us have been in our homes for a long time, and we love all of the stuff that we have in our house, but a buyer may not love it as much as we do. And so we want to look at what we need to do, what we want to do for staging, because staged homes do tend to sell faster. And in this market, we need to make sure that we are implementing all the strategies that we can as a seller to make sure our house stands out. It's not just about the pricing. We want to make sure that we have good curb appeal when they first come up, because that's the first impression that someone's going to see in your home when they get to your home. And I have been out showing people homes, and they pulled up to it and been like, yeah, I don't want to see this one. So we want to make sure that the curb appeal is good, that we've decluttered, we've done staging, and it doesn't have to be full on staging, but just some basic things to make the house feel warm. We can talk about those different things, and of course the decluttering, and then strategic pricing. Um, we want to make sure that we are pricing it correctly so that we can get showings, and then which leads to offers. So those are just a few tips for if you're planning, and then financially looking at what is your payoff, how much do you owe compared to what the value is, because some people, if you bought in the last few years, you may have paid top dollar, and we may not be able to recoup that. So we want to make sure that we are looking at, how much do you owe on the home, making sure that you're able to stay current on the home. If you are running into any financial challenges, let's talk about that so that you can avoid foreclosure. And there are things that we can do, steps that we can take to help you avoid foreclosure if that is a reason that you might be forced to sell. So, but it's important that we have conversations and that we have them sooner than later. And then the third thing I wanted to talk about is making sure that you build the right team when you're thinking about buying or selling a home. So if you are, thinking about buying, we're going to start with our buyers. Like I said, I'm going to tell you to start with me as your real estate agent. Let's, go through the process. Make sure you understand everything about buying a home, all of the steps and process. Make sure that you understand, if you are in North Carolina, what due diligence is, because that is one of the biggest things that can create an issue when you're looking to purchase a home. So when I work with buyers, I have a buyer consultation, and we go through, all of the steps to buying a home so that you can make informed decisions. And I tell people that my goal is to get you all of your needs and as many of your wants as possible that match within your budget. So we'll talk about what the different options are. Make sure, when you're building that team, not only for is it me as your realtor, but also a lender. You want to have an excellent lender that you can work with, that'll answer your questions, that will be responsive. You want to have a good inspector, a good attorney. So I'll help you build your team for when you're ready to get your buy a home in 2026. If you're looking to sell, same thing. Start here. Start with me as your realtor. We'll talk about what you need to do as far as like getting your home ready. Have a team for if you need any repairs and work done to get it ready. Maybe you want to have a pre-inspection so that you can either one go ahead and deal with the any issues that come up in the inspection, or if you know that you want to sell it as is, you can provide that home inspection to say, hey, we did a home inspection, we're not doing any repairs, but this is what you can expect when you're looking to purchase this home. So those are the three main things I wanted to talk about as far as tips for uh, planning to be successful in real estate. And I didn't really mention investing, but I do want to just talk about that. Investing, you're obviously a buyer, you're looking at it from a different angle. With investing, there's not going to be any emotion. It's strictly the numbers, strictly business with investing. So if you're looking to invest, we want to talk about, what are your goals? Are you looking to be a buy and hold investor? Are you looking to be a fix and flip investor? Do you want to do multifamily? Do you want to do multiple doors? What are your goals in investing? And then that helps us determine which type of house that we are going to look for, or what type of investment we're going to look for. If you're looking, to do multifamily or commercial, what are you looking for in your investment? So that's another conversation that we can have as we're meeting and discussing what your goals are. And then with investing, there's lots of different financing options. So in the past, you may have thought you had to have, whether you're investing or buying owner occupant home, you may have thought you have to have 20% down, or just exorbitant amount of funds saved. And there are so many investment options and financing options that you may be in a better position than what you think you are, but we just need to have a conversation and figure out what your goals are and where you need to go. So just going to end it with this. Your real estate success does not come from guessing. You really need to work, sit down and have a strategy, know what your end game is for whatever you're trying to do. Because even if you're looking to buy an owner occupied home, maybe that eventually will turn into an investing home. So you just want to know what your goals are, but also have some flexibility. Maybe have a plan A and a plan B so that you can decide which way you want to go, and then not be caught surprised when things change or when things happen that you have to adjust to. So flexibility is the key. Listening to, I'll listen to what you're telling me that you want, and then we'll figure out the best way to achieve that goal. But we just need to work together and have that communication. So I do invite you to schedule some time with me to talk about your real estate goals for 2026. And again, also invite you out to our open house at 517 Woodlands Drive this week. I do have a couple of listings that'll be coming up the first of the year, one in Oxford and one in Durham. So looking forward to sharing the details for those. But don't let the market scare you. Don't let people fearmonger to you and tell you that you shouldn't buy or this isn't a good time to sell. Let's talk about your specific needs and goals and how we can achieve those goals for 2026. So I will see you all next Monday, and I thank you for taking the time to watch this video with me today. And I encourage everybody to make your move, because every step counts. And we will see you next week. Y'all stay warm. You know what the temperature is everywhere else, but it's cold here in Durham and North Carolina. So have a good one. We'll talk to you next week.